Don't ignore this message. A shocking truth about your family's hidden treasure is about to be revealed. Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to stumble upon this message by chance. It was divinely placed before you because a secret buried deep within your bloodline is now rising to the surface. A treasure long hidden, guarded by whispers of your ancestors, is about to reveal itself, and with it, a truth that will change the course of your life forever. This is not an ordinary revelation. For decades, even centuries, members of your family have carried this secret silently, waiting for the chosen moment when one worthy soul would be called to uncover what has been concealed. That chosen soul is you. The signs have been surrounding you for months: strange dreams, familiar places that feel new, and subtle messages that felt unexplainable. These were not coincidences, they were divine nudges, preparing you for this moment. There is a map, not written on parchment, but etched in memories, stories, and symbols scattered around your lineage. A treasure hidden not just for wealth, but for protection. It holds power, legacy, and a bond to your ancestors that no other living person carries. You were born with a unique mark in your destiny, a spiritual key that can unlock what others have failed to find. The guardians of this secret, the angels themselves, have watched over it for generations. Many have tried to claim it for greed, and each time, the treasure vanished from reach. Only purity of heart and courage can awaken it, and now, heaven itself whispers that you are ready to step forward. This message comes to you with urgency, because forces of darkness have sensed the stirring of this truth and are trying to silence it before you know what belongs to you. Archangel Michael says, I am revealing to you that this treasure is not buried in a faraway land, nor locked behind steel gates. It is closer than you realize, woven into the fabric of your home, your family, and the very path you walk daily. For years, it remained hidden because you were not yet prepared to carry its weight. Now, the heavens declare you are ready. Your ancestors went through trials beyond imagination to keep this secret safe. Wars were fought, lands were lost, and promises were sealed under sacred oaths. Few family members knew the whole story. It was too dangerous. So they left clues behind, hidden initials carved into old trunks, cryptic notes in forgotten diaries, and a pattern in the family crest that few have truly understood. These were breadcrumbs left for the one who would rise and restore what was lost. The treasure itself is more than gold and jewels. It is wisdom, authority, and a divine inheritance tied to your name. It is said that when this treasure is uncovered, it will bring protection, abundance, and healing not just to you, but to your entire family bloodline. The heavens have waited for this restoration to begin. Dark forces know the value of what is hidden. Envy and greed from both outsiders and even close connections have tried to twist fate, keeping you from learning this truth. That is why your path has been filled with betrayal, sudden losses, and unexplainable obstacles. These were not punishments, they were shields, keeping you alive and preparing you for this unveiling. Archangel Michael says, listen closely now, because time is short. This is your appointed hour to step into the mystery your ancestors safeguarded with their very lives. You will soon see undeniable signs leading you straight to the truth. When you follow them without fear, doors that were long sealed will open. The first sign will come as a dream, a familiar yet unknown face calling you to a place you haven't been in years. This is not imagination. It is a spirit guide from your lineage, pointing toward the location where the first key lies. This dream will repeat itself until you take notice. The second sign will manifest as a sudden discovery in your home or family records. An old letter, a photograph, or even a household object will catch your attention unexpectedly. This object carries energy tied directly to the hidden treasure. Holding it will stir something deep within you, a knowing that cannot be explained logically. The final sign will be a stranger, or perhaps someone you already know, who speaks a phrase that pierces straight into your soul. They may not even understand why they said it, but you will know instantly that heaven is speaking through them. This will confirm that the time has come to step boldly into revelation. When you follow these divine signs, the journey to the treasure begins. It will not be a straightforward path. Challenges will arise, testing your resolve. Shadows from the past may surface, and doubts may creep in. But every step is guided by unseen hands, pushing you closer to the destiny that has always awaited you. Generational curses that plagued your family for decades will shatter when this treasure is reclaimed. Sickness, poverty, and cycles of betrayal will break as the spiritual lock is lifted. This is not just a hidden fortune, it is a key to freedom, justice, and divine alignment for your entire bloodline. Heavenly warriors stand ready to protect you during this journey. Forces that once blocked your ancestors will tremble as you step forward, because you carry divine authority they cannot stand against. Archangel Michael himself walks beside you, his sword blazing to cut down any attempt to stop you. This is why you cannot ignore this message. Missing it means missing a destiny written for you long before you were born. But opening your heart now, heeding this divine call, means stepping into a legacy that will echo through generations to come. Archangel Michael says, the moment you opened this message, a seal was broken in the spiritual realm. An invisible chain that kept this secret locked has just been shattered. That is why you may already feel a strange stirring in your spirit right now, a pull toward something you cannot yet see but can feel deeply. This pull is guiding you toward your family's hidden treasure. Not everyone in your bloodline was pure enough to uncover it. Many tried, some came close, but their intentions were not aligned with heaven's will. They desired riches without responsibility, power without sacrifice. That is why the treasure remained hidden all this time. You, however, were chosen differently. From your birth, unseen forces marked you as the heir to this divine inheritance. Even your childhood carried hints, moments when you stumbled upon old family heirlooms, dreams where you saw doors opening, or strange encounters where people told you that you carried a royal aura. None of this was random. It was the treasure calling out to you. As you continue on this path, ancestral whispers will grow louder. You may begin to hear names of relatives long past. Names you've never been told yet feel oddly familiar. These are the protectors of the treasure, those who vowed to shield it until the destined moment. In dreams and signs, they will walk beside you, showing fragments of the past you never knew. One ancestor in particular, an elder who lived through betrayal and loss, sealed a powerful blessing over you before their passing. They knew one day a descendant would be strong enough to finish what they began. Their spirit now watches you with pride, knowing the time has finally arrived. Visions may flash before your eyes, a dimly lit chamber, a chest bound in chains, symbols glowing faintly in gold. These are not illusions. They are pieces of your true inheritance breaking through the veil, reminding you that this journey is more than material wealth, it is a divine appointment. Archangel Michael says, "But beware, for as light rises, darkness also stirs." Forces who fail to take this treasure before are returning, desperate to stop you. They fear what you will become once you uncover it. These forces can manifest as sudden confusion, conflict with close ones, or even attempts to mislead you into abandoning this path. You may notice people around you acting strangely, warning you not to pursue certain truths, or attempting to distract you with fear. Recognize that these are not coincidences. They are strategic moves to keep you bound in ignorance. But you will not be stopped. A shield of divine protection surrounds you now. Every trap set for you will backfire. Every shadow that rises will fall before your courage. What was hidden for so long cannot be stolen anymore because your awakening has begun. This treasure has layers, physical, spiritual, and ancestral. The physical holds priceless artifacts, items of immense value buried deep within a forgotten place tied to your family name. The spiritual layer holds authority, blessings, and a divine mantle that will elevate you beyond human understanding. The ancestral layer is the bond it restores, the healing of wounds carried for centuries. As you journey closer, your intuition will sharpen. Objects around you will seem to whisper secrets. A simple pendant, an old painting, or even a crack in the wall will guide your eyes to hidden clues. Heaven will align encounters, meeting a distant cousin with unexpected information, stumbling upon an ancient document in an attic, or hearing an old story told by someone you barely know. Every sign will lead you to one central location, a place tied to your bloodline where the treasure rests. It could be beneath the roots of an ancient tree, within the ruins of an ancestral estate, or locked inside a sealed chamber no one dared to enter for decades. The moment you stand in that place, a surge of energy will flow through you, a recognition from the earth and the heavens that you have finally come home to what is yours. Archangel Michael says, "Now, my beloved child, you must understand that the treasure's revelation is not an accident. The heavens have orchestrated every step, and even your struggles were part of this divine puzzle. What you thought were losses were secret protections. What you thought were delays were divine timing aligning perfectly for this moment. For decades, your family endured battles they never spoke of. Land that was once theirs slipped away mysteriously. Documents vanished. Friendships crumbled. These were not mere coincidences. Enemies sought to erase your bloodline's claim to something greater than themselves. Yet, every attempt failed because divine forces kept the true legacy hidden from their reach. You may have wondered why some stories about your ancestors were always half-told or abruptly silenced during family gatherings. The reason is that certain elders feared speaking openly. They knew that even words spoken aloud could draw attention from those who wished to destroy the treasure. So they encoded the truth within lullabies, family emblems, and even children's games that carried hidden meanings you never noticed, until now. Visions will soon become stronger. You will see yourself standing in a place you do not recognize yet feels like home. The wind will whisper familiar names. The earth beneath your feet will hum with energy. This is the ancestral memory pulling you toward the treasure's resting place. Along this journey, 3 angelic encounters will mark your progress. The first will come as a flash of light during a moment of doubt, reassuring you that you are not walking this path alone. The second will manifest as a human messenger, someone who crosses your path unexpectedly with vital information that unlocks a forgotten detail about your lineage. The third will be a direct voice from the spiritual realm, clear and unmistakable, guiding your final steps to the hidden treasure. Each encounter is a test of faith and courage. Some will try to dismiss these signs as imagination or coincidence. But you must trust your inner knowing. Heaven's messages rarely come in ordinary ways. They are wrapped in mystery, designed to be understood only by the chosen. Archangel Michael says, "The treasure's guardians are watching you now. They have waited through lifetimes for a worthy heir. Their spirits hover near, ready to lift the final veil when you take the bold step they've long awaited." Do not let fear hold you back, for fear is the last chain darkness uses to keep you from your inheritance. As you draw closer, dreams of gold and light will transform into visions of ancestral faces smiling with relief. You will feel waves of emotions that are not your own: joy, sorrow, triumph, and longing. These are echoes of those who fought to protect this secret. They are cheering you onward, desperate to see the fulfillment of what they could not accomplish in their time. The treasure's unlocking is more than discovery, it is redemption. It restores everything stolen from your family, everything buried under lies and deceit. When you claim it, forgotten honor will return to your name, and blessings long delayed will flow without hindrance. But there is a warning: this revelation cannot be delayed much longer. If you hesitate, dark forces will make one last attempt to bury the truth permanently. They will twist stories, forge documents, and even manipulate trusted people around you to convince you that nothing exists. This is their final desperate act before losing control forever. To counter this, you must take immediate steps. Begin collecting every piece of your family's history you can find: letters, photographs, heirlooms. Each holds clues. Visit the places tied to your ancestry. Old estates, ancestral towns, and forgotten lands carry energies and markings only you can unlock. Speak aloud your readiness to receive the truth. Angels respond to declarations of courage, and this will summon their direct guidance. Once you commit to this journey, heaven will move swiftly. Hidden doors will swing open, ancient ledgers will reappear, and forgotten witnesses will emerge to confirm the truth. The spiritual locks guarding the treasure will release one by one until you stand face to face with what has been kept from the world. Archangel Michael says, "The moment of revelation draws closer than you think." Even now, unseen forces are shifting. Doors that were locked for generations are beginning to open. You feel it, a strange stirring in your chest, a sensation that something long hidden is trying to rise to the surface. This is not your imagination. Every heartbeat you feel now is echoing the cries of ancestors who prayed for this day. They longed for the day someone in the bloodline would be strong enough to bring justice and restoration. And heaven has chosen you to be the one to finish this story. But with great inheritance comes a divine test. Before the treasure can fully be placed in your hands, you must prove unwavering courage. This is because the treasure is not just about material wealth, it is about leadership, divine responsibility, and reclaiming a legacy that was meant to heal many lives. Generations ago, there was an ancient betrayal that set the course of your family's destiny. A trusted ally turned against your ancestor, seizing lands, scattering wealth, and silencing the family's true history. The betrayal was sealed with documents that vanished without trace, believed to be burned and lost forever. But Archangel Michael reveals that these documents were not destroyed. They were hidden in a sacred chest, deep within a forgotten chamber beneath ancestral grounds. This chest holds keys, not just to treasures of gold and jewels, but to the restoration of your family's true identity and power. For centuries, spiritual guardians have kept this chest sealed. Many tried to find it, digging, searching, but each time, the earth swallowed it back. It could only be opened by someone pure-hearted, marked with divine favor. That mark has been passed through the generations, resting now upon you. Archangel Michael says, "Soon, you will receive a sign that cannot be mistaken. It will come in the form of a sudden message or vision that speaks directly to you, revealing a name or location tied to your ancestors. This is the heavens unlocking the first gate. When you receive this, act quickly, do not delay. You will feel an unexplainable pull toward a specific place. It may be an abandoned property, an old mansion your family once owned, or a forgotten piece of land spoken of only in rumors. Do not ignore this pull. It is your ancestors guiding you. Once you step onto this land, nature itself will respond. Birds will fall silent, the air will feel charged, and your spirit will sense the presence of unseen watchers. These are angelic guardians and ancestral spirits gathering to witness the moment history changes forever. The path to the hidden chamber will not be obvious. It will test your perception and patience. Symbols carved into stone, patterns in floor tiles, and even shadows cast by old windows will serve as your guide. You will have moments of doubt, feeling as though you are wandering aimlessly, but each step will be aligning you perfectly with destiny. And then it will happen, a sudden realization, a sound like a whisper in the wind, leading you to an entrance concealed for hundreds of years. It may be beneath a staircase, behind an old wall, or under the roots of a massive tree planted by your ancestors themselves. This moment will be overwhelming. Tears may flow uncontrollably as your soul recognizes what your mind cannot yet process. You will know you are standing at the threshold of something far greater than you imagined. The final step is unlocking it, and that is where the divine test comes. Archangel Michael says, when you finally reach the entrance to the hidden chamber, you must remember this: only one who walks with faith and courage can pass through. This is not just a door, it is a spiritual gateway sealed by divine forces to protect what belongs to you. If your heart wavers in fear, the entrance will remain hidden. As you stand before the concealed passage, you may feel a surge of energy coursing through your body. This is your ancestral blood recognizing its home. Your heartbeat will quicken, your breath will feel heavy, and your spirit will tremble, not in terror, but in awe of what lies beyond. You will notice strange markings on the stone or wood surrounding the entryway. These are not random scratches, They are sigils placed centuries ago by angelic protectors. Placing your hand upon them will activate a warmth in your palm, as though a living presence is acknowledging you as the rightful heir. The stone will shift, a faint rumble beneath your feet, and the hidden doorway will slowly open. Inside, the air will feel ancient, thick with secrets and memories untouched by time. Cobwebs will glisten like silver threads, and dust will float like tiny stars in the dim light. The walls may have faded murals or carved symbols telling forgotten stories of your lineage. You will sense eyes watching, not of danger, but of reverence, as spirits of your ancestors gather to witness this historic moment. At the heart of the chamber, there will be a chest unlike anything you've seen before. Its surface will shimmer faintly as though infused with celestial light. Gold, silver, and deep sapphire hues will glint from its edges. Angelic runes and ancestral seals will cover its lid, locking it from the unworthy. You may feel hesitant to approach, but Archangel Michael's presence will fill the chamber like a blazing light, assuring you that you were always destined to stand here. Every hardship, every loss, every unanswered question in your life has led you to this single point in time. Archangel Michael says, before you open the chest, you must first speak the truth your ancestors carried in silence. This is the divine test. Kneel before it and declare out loud your commitment, not to wealth, not to fame, but to healing and protecting your bloodline. Only then will the seals break. When you speak these words with sincerity, the room will shift. A soft wind will circle you, carrying faint whispers of past generations. You may feel gentle touches on your shoulders as if unseen hands are blessing you. The glowing sigils on the chest will begin to fade, one by one, as though unlocking from a heavenly code. Finally, a radiant beam of light will descend upon the chest. The lid will lift on its own, revealing not just gold and jewels, but ancient scrolls, royal documents, and artifacts carrying your family's forgotten power. Among these will be a single letter, aged, yet perfectly preserved. This letter will bear your name, though written centuries before your birth. It will explain the full story of betrayal, loss, and divine protection. It will reveal how your ancestors foresaw you as the chosen one who would one day reclaim what was taken. The words will bring tears to your eyes as you realize you were never lost. You were always part of a greater plan. And within the chest lies more than wealth. It contains a key to lands, titles, or possessions wrongfully taken from your family. There will be relics symbolizing leadership, rings of authority, and a crest that once commanded respect and power. By holding these items, a surge of energy will ignite within you, breaking centuries of chains. But there is one final, shocking truth hidden within the letter, an ancestral vow that must be fulfilled before you can claim the treasure completely. Archangel Michael says, the letter you hold is not only a message, it is a sacred vow sealed with the breath of your ancestors. This vow is the last condition standing between you and the full inheritance of your family's hidden treasure. Many before you tried to reach this point, yet none were pure or brave enough to complete this vow. You, however, were born with the strength to fulfill it. As you unfold the parchment, an energy unlike anything you felt before surges through your fingertips. The words, though centuries old, glow faintly as if written just for you in this very moment. The message reads of loyalty, unity, and sacrifice. It speaks of a promise made to the heavens long ago, that whoever uncovers this treasure must restore not just wealth, but righteousness and protection over their bloodline. The vow requires that you stand boldly against darkness, both seen and unseen, that has plagued your family for generations. It calls you to forgive those who betrayed your ancestors, breaking the curse of vengeance that has kept the treasure dormant. And finally, it commands you to lead with divine wisdom, ensuring no one ever twists this power for greed again. As you finish reading, the chamber begins to tremble. The earth seems to groan as ancient chains snap one by one. You hear distant cries, not of fear, but of joy, as ancestral spirits are freed from burdens they carried for centuries. The walls pulse with light, and the angelic runes surrounding the treasure chest blaze brightly, acknowledging that the vow has been understood and accepted by you. But suddenly, a chilling presence enters the space. Darkness, long dormant, awakens in its final attempt to stop you. Shadows slither along the walls, and a deep, guttural voice echoes through the chamber. An ancient force that once betrayed your family now seeks to bind you with fear. Archangel Michael's sword ignites in brilliant light, standing between you and this darkness. Do not fear, he says. This is the last battle, the final trial. You have been given divine authority. Stand firm and speak truth into the darkness. With trembling hands but a fearless heart, you raise the ancestral crest found within the chest. The darkness recoils, hissing as the crest glows brighter and brighter. You speak the vow aloud, declaring your bloodline free from every chain of betrayal, loss, and silence. The words ring like thunder through the chamber. The shadows shriek, collapsing into smoke, vanishing forever. A golden light floods the chamber, purifying every corner. The air shifts from heavy and ancient to vibrant and new. You feel a weight lift from your shoulders, not only your burdens but those carried by countless generations before you. Your ancestors appear in radiant spirit form, smiling with pride and tears of joy. They bow before you, not as a servant to a master, but as protectors honoring their true heir. One by one, they bless you, their hands glowing as they touch your shoulders, your forehead, your heart, sealing the treasure as yours for eternity. Archangel Michael says, "Now, my beloved, you have reclaimed what was lost. You have restored divine order to your family's legacy. This treasure is more than gold, it is wisdom, leadership, healing, and an unbreakable covenant with heaven. From this day forward, you are no longer bound by the shadows of the past. You are the light that will guide generations to come." The chamber transforms before your eyes. The once dusty room now glistens like a palace hall. The treasure, no longer locked, reveals its full glory: scrolls of knowledge, crowns of honor, artifacts of power, and wealth enough to bless not just your life, but every descendant who comes after you. As you gather these treasures, Michael stands beside you, wings of radiant fire unfurled. "Take what belongs to you," he declares. "And remember, this is not just for your own gain. This is to heal every wound, to restore justice, and to bring blessings to those who have carried scars of betrayal for far too long."